Hello, hola, dumela ni hao, and welcome back to another model comparison video. And this is a big one, and well, not long, but I mean big literally, as in we're comparing two 747, specifically from Pan Am and Air Canada. Now, without further ado, this is a limited edition model from Air Canada. Got it in the UK, duh. We got the Air Canada logo, 747-100 titles. It's a retrojet. The plane was retired in 1999, so yeah, go figure. The plane is a Boeing 747-133 from Air Canada. There's construction line number. The registration on the plane is Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Oscar Alpha, which was changed to put the dash between the C and the F instead of the F and the T. The plane's engines are full Pratt & Whitney PW JT90-7 engines, and the plane was delivered in 1971. So, we've got some data on the plane on the inside, and here you can see we got actual info on the 747-100 specifically. The length, wingspan, the height, the empty weight, which is very similar to that of the 200. I don't know about the empty weight though, we'll see. I'm going to take a look in a moment. Cruising speed 600 miles per hour. The range is 500 miles, give or take. The seating is the same as the 200, 366 typical mixed class, 523 in high density configuration. And you'd think, oh, that wasn't achieved in practice. Talk to JAL, bro. Anyway, here we have the Pan Am plane, which is actually a freighter. Look, I couldn't get this is the best I could get in terms of Pan Am 747s, but I love it. I also got this one in the UK. And I've got an interesting story about this. Anyway, we got the Pan Am logo, real metal model, retrojet. Pan Am was ceased operation 1991, go figure. The plane's a Boeing 747-123 freighter. The plane's from Pan Am Cargo, which has got the name of Clipper Carrier Dove. Construction line numbers, registration is November 901 Papa Alpha. Obviously, the same type of engines, Pratt & Whitney PW-JT90-7A engines, which seems to be a bit of more of a boosted version, but okay. The plane was first, I think it was delivered to Pan Am in 1971 and then was converted into a freighter in 1977. That's my personal guess, because Pan Am flew a lot of the bloody planes, okay? We've got some data here, and the empty weight is pretty much the same, apparently. And here we have the range for the 200. As you can see, the 200 flew about, give or take, 1,400 miles further. So, yeah. That's pretty much what I can say from that area. Okay, so what are the differences between the models' makes? Well, obviously, we needed to first take a look at the cockpit glazing. If you look at the cockpit glazing on the Air Canada, it's a bit more slanted, more curvaceous. But on Pan Am plane, it's more linear, more straight, more accurate, I will say, personally. The thing is, the Air Canada model is a 2003 model, and this one I think is a 2002 model. Let me check. 2000. 2000, and the Pan Am is, and the Air Canada is 2003 if I remember correctly. Maybe I should double check. It is 2002. Close enough. Can I just get the boxes straight, please? Please, come on. Come on. Yeah. No. Never mind. So, other than that, the other differences can maybe be chopped down to the details on the fuselage, usually. But I don't think there's much difference, honestly. If we take a look at how the configurations of the windows and doors are, locked on both sides, excluding the cargo door, just hang on to that little tangent for a bit. It's pretty much the same. We got our little 3-way windows, which is my favorite feature on the 100 series of 747. However, if we look at the overhead emergency exits, this one does seem a bit closer to the cockpit than this one. I don't know why they did that, but it is what it is. And in terms of model design, what they did differently is they actually added the wingtip railing on the Air Canada plane. You know, the thing where the wing is metal. Here it's not there. It is just metal wing in general. And what else differences? What other differences are there? Well, not really much, honestly. Not much I can mention, other than the APU cone is a bit too dummy thick, but yeah. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. I'm not even gonna bother. So, which airline flew the plane better? Well, the thing is, it's also like the last video with the seven, no, DC eights from Delta and United. It's more complicated than nuanced because the thing is, Pan Am made the plane iconic. It became an icon with Pan Am and TWA back in the 1970s and even 80s. Though Air Canada flew it better, in my opinion. Why do I say that? Because one, they did not have any fatal incidents to do with the 747. Pan Am has had two, one of them being a terrorist bombing, which is obviously on the heads of the terrorists mainly, not Pan Am, because come on, man. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much bad. They've lost over 700, 800 people due to the two accidents with the 747s. And two, this one actually flew for longer. As you must know, Pan Am ceased operations in 1991 due to financial issues. But Air Canada flew them up until 1999 and flew the flew the successor of the 100, the 200, up until the year 2000 or 2001. I just can't remember which. So yeah, I think Air Canada did it a bit better, but Pan Am just made it more iconic and glamorous. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much for listening, and sorry if there's any disruptions. These boxes don't want to stay straight. So have a nice day. God bless. Peace.